The circular flow model is a basic model in economics that shows how the economy works. It's a very simplistic idea that takes groups of people and show how these groups of people exchange resources for products and produce products and therefore have money and can buy the products. Very simple idea to show how the resources and products flow in exchange for money. So what we're going to do is going to talk about two different sectors. Just keep it very simple and divide the whole world into two sectors of people. We're going to call one sector the households or individuals in society. We're going to call the other sector the businesses or the firms in society. So we're going to go ahead and draw it because it's a circular flow. So first we draw our households. These are the individuals. These are the individuals that have resources. The households are the owners of resources. And we know our resources are things like land, labor, capital, entrepreneurship. Then we have another sector. We think of these as the business firms. The business firms, these firms and businesses that produce goods and services. So the business firms, or if you will, firms, and the households, two different sectors. So businesses, right, want to produce goods and services, but they don't have any resources. So they have to get the resources to do that from the households. So households own, we think of, the four basic factors of production. So we think these households will be able to provide the businesses the four factors of production. And we know those are land, labor, capital, and entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship. So, but the households don't give them away for free. No, the households are going to get paid. So we know the businesses are going to give the households some money. They're going to give them money, all right? Moolah, cash. So the money they're going to give them, we know, corresponds to the resources. So for land, households are going to earn rent. For labor, households are going to earn wages. For capital, households earn interest. And entrepreneurs want to make profit. If we take all of these things together and add them up, all of these things combined equal what we know as national income. National income. Once the businesses have resources, the businesses can now take those resources and produce goods and services. Well, the businesses are going to sell the goods and services to the households. The households now have money. So the households will take the money they have and buy the goods and services, which what we think of as money payments. Or, if you will, another way to say it is consumer expenditures. Now, if you add up all the consumer expenditures in a society, all the stuff that gets spent and bought, if it's a new thing or a new product, we think of that as GDP. So, we have two sectors, household as in businesses, that exchange resources for income and exchange goods and services for money. So the places where they exchange, where they interact, we call those markets. Markets. So this whole area in the bottom half, where these resources, which are owned by the households, are sold to the businesses, all right, is called the resource market. The resources. It's the resource market. If you will, these resources are what are needed to produce goods and services, so they are the factors of production. So you could call this resource market the factor market. It's the same thing. So this whole bottom part of the circular flow is called the resource market, or you can call it the factor market. So this whole area, this is where the trade happens, is the resource or factor market. On top, we think of the goods and services as things that were produced for consumers. In this case, the consumers are the households. So we call these products. So it's the product market. So on top, we have the product market, where the households are buying goods and services from the businesses. So the market up here is the product market. The market down here is the resource or factor market. In the factor market, the households are the owners and the sellers of resources, and the businesses are the buyers and consumers of the resources. In the product market, The businesses are the sellers of the goods and services, and the households are the consumers and buyers of the goods and services. So this is what we call the two-sector circular flow.